Hi there, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel where I discuss everything between Hermes and grocery bags. I'm probably going to film this video in multiple parts and then put it all back together in one video. So please bear with me, I'm in a little bit of a squeeze for time right now, but I'm too excited, so I really have to film now. I wanted to do this with you because in today's video I'm going to unbox my first Dooney Bourke bag. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video about how I am curating my bag collection, trying not to get too many bags into my collection anymore. But the Florentine satchel from Dooney Bourke, that was one that has been on my radar, on my wish list forever. But being in the Netherlands, while Dooney Bourke is an American brand that I think typically also only sells in North America, this was not something for me to get sort of easily or cheaply. And I was already looking with another content creator to see if we could get a Florentine satchel my way from the United States. While we were talking about that Florentine satchel, I decided, you know what, let me just do some browsing on Vinted. Vinted is a European platform for selling your pre-loved items, kind of like Poshmark in the United States. And as I was doing that, I actually stumbled on a Florentine satchel and it was for a steal. I think I paid around $30 for it, and yes, it is in a used condition. I already know that it has some staining, but also for that kind of money I was kind of willing to figure out if it was worthwhile. If it is not worthwhile, it's also not the end of the world. I would say without further ado, let's see what we have in this box. This actually came from Spain. I generally sell things on Vinted and I don't really buy things on Vinted, so it was my first time buying something here. And for me as a seller, I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder, but I generally do a little bit of a better job in packaging items. Although, of course, this was not very expensive, so it's already pretty decent that it came in a box. So it doesn't come in the original dust bag, but nice that we got a dust bag regardless. Oh, there she is. Ta-da! Okay, so I will... Oh, she is heavy. I think we'll have to stuff this up to see what it will look like. So here it is with some stuffing, and we'll have to stuff it a little bit more because these edges here are still a bit dented, but honestly I'm not disappointed. The color looks a little bit lighter on the pictures, but I think it's actually really nice. The handles are, I guess, a bit stained, but they are still in good overall condition. Yeah, the leather can use some conditioning, or at least the tan color items here. But really, for $30, I cannot be mad at it. So there's a little stain over here and over there. And there's a stain here on the bottom. So I'm going to see if I can clean it up. And yeah, overall I'm just going to clean this bag up, condition it, stuff it. Comes with a shoulder strap. I think for this money, I'm really pleased because I was already about to drop like more than a tenfold of the money for this bag. I think this is also a great size. I do have to say I'm like impressed in a positive sense and perhaps not such a positive sense by how heavy this is. So I think it's nice that this is crook of the arm carry and also with the shoulder strap, because yeah, she's going to be quite heavy. It's glazing on the edges, still looking good. You see these tassels are not all that weird. So the interior, like, it's not pristine, but it's also still pretty doable. It has the Dooney tag on the inside. Actually quite like the internal organization on this bag as well. So I mean, in part, I also just wanted to get this to see if I would like it so much that for me it would also be worthwhile, like getting a new one or getting a newer one. I think I will have to like wear it and see how I like it to make a definitive call on that. But overall, I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm thinking this is an authentic Dooney, but for all of the people who have a lot more knowledge about Dooney, let me know what you think. It is all looking pretty good to me. The only thing we can say is, yeah, this bag has been used. I'm thinking that a good cleaning and a good conditioning might already help quite a bit. So I think that is what I'm going to do next tomorrow, and I'll just show you the results. So be back in a second. Okay, so it is the next day and I'm back again. I gave the outside of this bag a decent scrub with some leather cleaner and then I conditioned it. And the good news is that the little stains that were on the front of the bag, they pretty much immediately came off. So that was great because those marks were sort of the only thing that put me in doubt of whether I wanted to buy this bag. The seller had pointed them out in the pictures as well, so it appeared to me that these stains were not really removable, but I think they came off pretty much completely. While cleaning the bag, I did notice that there's just the tiniest bit of staining or color transfer or whatever you want to call it next to the zipper, but it is really minimal and is just the tiniest bit darker than the actual leather of the bag, so it's not really noticeable. Also, there's just a tiny bit of staining over here, but that is on the back, so also something that is not very noticeable. And overall, as I already concluded yesterday, this bag has definitely been worn. I'm kind of wondering how old it is, because looking at the interior, it also seems that it actually has a phone pocket, you know, from like back in the days where your mobile phone was not like that big, but it was quite thick and bulky, so you had like these special pockets in your bag. There's also somewhere on where the D-rings are connected to the bag. That's where the glazing has really started wearing. The handles have a bit of discoloration, but all in all, like I already said yesterday, for this price, I really cannot be mad at it. So as I was excited, I already took it out today. This bag is really quite heavy, so I can understand why people prefer the smaller sizes. It's not really going to be sort of a grab and go bag for on the weekend, like do the walk, then do the grocery shopping. I tried that today, but I noticed with this weight, that becomes a bit of a strain. One other thing that I noticed while cleaning it was the interior. Even though it looks clean to the eye, if I'm feeling the fabric, it's sort of hardened up and greased in some places. I don't really know how to describe it, but the fabric has become sort of stiff, so I'm not quite sure what is going on there and if it can be fixed. Please let me know down below in the comments if you have any tips for cleaning the interiors of bags. I'm going to look into it, see if I can clean it up. Overall, I am quite thrilled to now have my first Dooney Bourke bag, and this also being the Florentine satchel that I have been eyeing. I also really like this colorway. We'll see how this works out with a bag at this price. You can always give it a go, and if it doesn't work out, at least not a lot of money is wasted. So I think I will leave it at that. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about my first Dooney Bourke bag. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. That's always much appreciated. Remember, for now, there's a style and a situation and a taste for everything. So don't judge, wear whatever the bag you like. I'll see you next week. And as we would say in Dutch, doei!